So, day before Thanksgiving, it was a crash in Piedmont, California, involving a Cybertruck that was occupied by multiple teens. This happened around like 3 in the morning, and let's check it out.
Behind me for 3 young lives lost the day before Thanksgiving. Now, Piedmont's a very close-knit community, and this deadly crash has devastated loved ones and residents.
It's horrible. They all have wonderful families.
Sandy Martin is devastated, bursting into tears after learning about the fiery crash of a Tesla Cybertruck in Piedmont before dawn Wednesday. Killed were 2 young men and a woman, all of whom graduated last year from Piedmont High. Martin had taught some of them in middle school, one in elementary school.
But when you know them, just makes it worse. But I just can't imagine for their parents and their siblings.
Wow, it's crazy.
Throughout the day, friends of the victims brought flowers to the crash site. They did not want to comment, their grief too much to bear the day before Thanksgiving.
This is just a tragic loss of life. Again, we don't know the cause of the collision, and during this holiday season, it's just our hearts go out to the families that inevitably are going to have to deal with this tragedy.
The crash happened on Hampton Road near King Avenue shortly after 3 in the morning. The Cybertruck ended up wedged between a tree and a retaining wall and burst into flames. An iPhone inside the Cybertruck alerted police to the wreck, as did a caller.
When we arrived, the flames were about twice the height of the car.
Our camera spotted this young man in the back of an ambulance, but not hurt. 2 people came up who seemed to be his parents. They hugged. We've learned the young man had come across the crash after leaving from the same function as those in the Cybertruck. He was able to pull the only survivor out of the Tesla.
Our women and men who responded to this call did everything they could, and it's devastating. But again, the devastation pales in comparison to what these families are dealing with this morning.
Police say speed was a factor in the crash, but the cause of the collision is under investigation by the California.
So far, this was preliminary investigation. This was early on in the investigation. They said speed was probably the cause of the crash. I'm looking at the neighborhood and like the little cul-de-sac or where they was at. Them little walls right there ain't that strong. I done see plenty of cars when people done smashed right through them and got out the car and walked away. Not saying this could have not happened in there, but no major chips out the trees, no major indentations into the wall. But yes, the truck hit at a significant amount of force. Okay, we can say that. But if you know about the Cybertruck community, especially this model of Tesla right here, if you go through TikTok, we're gonna hit some TikTok videos when people made hundreds and hundreds of videos over the years on them, and this truck had a lot of recalls. So let's break it down. Let's explore some of the other possibilities. Here goes some of its most recent recalls. Electrical system, propulsion system, inverter. The problem, if a fault in the driver inverter may cause a loss of driver power to the wheels. Here's another one. The rear view camera image may be delayed after shifting into reverse. People's complaining about getting a black screen. As such, these vehicles fail to comply with the requirements of federal motor vehicle safety standards. Another one. Windshield wiper washer motor. You know how the Tesla got the one giant wiper. So with that, excessive electrical current can cause the front windshield wiper motor controller to fail. So just imagine you're in the rain, and say you got one of the newer cars. Sometimes as soon as it sense rain, the wiper might come on, and this one it won't cut on automatically or manually. So if you're driving in the rain, you won't have no wiper. Body or structured body. The truck bed trim cell could have been improperly apprehended and can loosen. Apprehended Okay, it's not bolted down correctly. Appear to be, allegedly. Okay. Vehicle speed controller, accelerator pedal, accelerator pedal. So I've been seeing a lot of TikTok videos on this. So we're gonna jump into them too. The accelerator pedal may dislodge and cause the pedal to become trapped by the interior trim. So we'll get more into that. So the pedals coming loose and sliding forward, and getting caught in the carpet, which keeping it to the floor. And Cybertrucks, they move. Now, one thing you can say about this truck, they kind of quick. It's instant power, so it's a lot of speed. And imagine when it's full speed. So, okay, so here you go. Okay, electrical system cluster panel. Cluster panels like your speed gauges and all that stuff up there. What's going on? Your temperature gauges, all that. So, an incorrect front slide is displayed on the instrument panel for the brakes, park, anti-lock brake system, ABS warning lights. As such, these vehicles fail to comply with the requirements of Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards number 105. Hydraulic and electric brake systems 135, light vehicles brake system. And for some reason, like Europe and other countries, this vehicle, when we talk about the Cybertruck, was banned because it didn't pass the safety standards.
Which investigates all fatal wrecks in Piedmont. In a statement to Piedmont Unified Families, Superintendent Jennifer Hahn wrote in part, "The loss of young lives is a profound tragedy, made even more difficult during the holiday season. Let us come together as a community to support one another, hold space for grief, and extend care for those impacted by this devastating loss." Now tomorrow, Thanksgiving, is Piedmont's annual Turkey Trot, a 5K event through the city that will certainly be tempered by today's deadly crash. Live in Piedmont, Henry Lee, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
And let's go to TikTok and pull up some videos on TikTok, because TikTok gonna tell it how it is. Let's go.
As I'm driving, this slid up and wedged itself just like that. Right now it's not clipped on, so it's kind of hard to see, but this wedged itself right there. And as you can see, based on the design of the floorboard, this sliding up, and the way this was still hooked onto the pedal, it held the accelerator down 100%, full throttle. Now,
A few moments later.
Tesla recalls almost 4,000 Cybertrucks over faulty accelerator.
as I'm driving,
back with its sixth recall this year. The latest issue involves a faulty drive inverter leading to sudden power loss. This recall affects over 2,400 vehicles produced between November 2023 and July 2024. Earlier recalls addressed problems like delayed rear-view camera images and faulty windshield wipers. Tesla is working to resolve these issues, but concerns about the Cybertruck's reliability persist. Despite these challenges, the Cybertruck remains a highly anticipated vehicle among enthusiasts. Owners are advised to stay informed about recalls and ensure their vehicles are up to date. For more information, visit balleralert.com. Tesla's
It's just all type of little stuff that goes on. But at the end of the day, all this adds up.
I had to spend $70 because my Tesla Cybertruck has a recall on its hubcap. The hubcap is made to go over this entire piece, but apparently it rubs the rubber and can cause wear and tear. So I spent $70 on eBay for this little kit that at least covers up this exposed metal. Now, whenever they get the design figured out, they're gonna send me some new hubcaps, which I actually look forward to because I liked the design. It looked futuristic. They even designed these tires to specifically go with them. Like, you see those little shapes right there? That's where the hubcaps are supposed to fit. It's like very custom and nice looking. In the meantime, there is unsightly rust showing, which is kind of embarrassing, like on a brand new vehicle. Since I'm incurring this $69 charge because of Tesla, I should send them the receipt for it and get reimbursed. Do you think that will work out in my favor? I had to... Are you kidding me?
Oh my God! just snapped. The hitch is hooked up to what?
Jeez.
That thing's totaled. You're not fixing that. The truck is totaled. Like any other normal truck could do that, and you're not gonna break the frame. It's steel. Let's say your trailer, it gets a flat and then it hits a pothole, it could shear this whole thing off.
Oh, and this is really insane right here. If you just Google Cybertruck trash can, oh Lord, oh Jesus, wow. No, they said the raccoons broke into one because they thought it was a trash can. Oh jeez, that's funny. Look at the green one. Oh shit, look at the green one. Oh, y'all wrong as hell for that one. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. So wrong. But this has got to be like, oh, I find this just so hilarious. This one right here. Oh Jesus. Now people might want to question me and say, you don't make enough money to even buy a Cybertruck. First of all, if somebody gave me a Cybertruck, I would sell it and probably buy a regular F-150 and probably a Subaru STI, to be honest. But that's just my taste. Now, do I got stuff against electric cars? No, personally, for the most part, I don't. I won't mind like even a Honda Prius or something, hybrid cars even. Like I'm down with them. You know, I'm whole with that deal. But for this, $100,000+ paperweight, no. And it's the people that actually can afford to buy them that got the complaints. Like, yeah, okay, I could drive one now and then, and I might point out some little stuff, but okay, that's that. But these complaints is coming from the drivers that drive them as mostly like their primary vehicle.
Only going 35 miles an hour during this test, and look how much force is being inflicted on the passengers. So that the reason for this is that the stainless steel body is so strong that it can't crumple properly in an impact, which into comparison, showing it against one of the highest safety rated trucks you can buy, the F-150, specifically the all-electric Lightning. Now, please do tell me if I'm missing something here, but I am not seeing a big difference in the crumple zone between these two. Where you will start to notice a bigger difference though, is in the side impact tests. This is a 3,100-pound cart going nearly 40 miles an hour that simulates a T-bone accident, like someone running a red light in an intersection, and not only does the Cybertruck stay completely grounded because of the super low center of gravity and its weight, but besides the airbags going off, it looks like it may be able to just drive away. And here's that same test on the F-150. Which one of these would you rather be in? It's funny.
Okay, 10 miles an hour. 25 miles an hour. Damn, 50 miles an hour? 80 miles an hour. Shit. Wow.
3:08 a.m. today, the Piedmont Police Department received an alert from an iPhone regarding a collision which provided the latitude and longitude of the location to our dispatch center. Shortly thereafter, our dispatch center received a 911 call from a member of the public reporting the incident at the intersection of Hampton Road and King Avenue. Officers arrived on scene to find a single vehicle collision fully engulfed in flames. Responding officers also observed an uninvolved party pulling one of the occupants from the vehicle upon their arrival. Our officers applied their fire extinguishers in an attempt to extinguish the flames, but the fire was too intense for the extinguishers to be effective. One individual was seriously injured and taken to an area hospital. The Piedmont Police Department is actively investigating the circumstances surrounding this incident with the assistance of the California Highway Patrol due to the nature of the collision and the circumstances surrounding it. So with that, I'll take any questions.
Can you tell us more about the person who was taking out one of the occupants of the car? So was it somebody who just kind of was in the area and was helping?
Yeah, there was a motorist that was traveling behind the vehicle that was involved in the collision, significant distance behind that vehicle. And when they turned the corner, they saw the vehicle in flames, and a person exited that vehicle and helped to extract one of the involved parties out of the vehicle.
But they weren't with them?
They were not. They weren't with them in the vehicle, no.
Or were not even with the party, like following them. They would just happen to be on the road at the same time.
They were leaving a function. We believe, again, it's early in the investigation and we don't know all the facts, but it's possible they were at a function together prior.
You're talking about the occupants of the vehicle?
Correct.
And the driver that helped the people in the truck, right?
Correct.
They were all, okay, the 2 separate cars.
Correct.
That's under the same function.
That's what the investigation and the interactions and the conversations we've had so far have led us to believe to this point.
Any idea if those people were incapacitated or couldn't get out of the vehicle, or were they trapped inside the vehicle?
We do not know.
Are you able to share the ages of the victims?
No, we are not. I'm not able to share that information.
You're not ready to say where they're from or anything?
No, we're not. Just in respect to the families and the tragic nature of what has occurred this morning, we are not going to release any victim information at this point in time.
I don't mean to be disrespectful, Chief, but we're told that they're young people. Would you be able to say their college age?
Again, out of respect to the family in the difficult situation that we're dealing with today, and our difficult situation pales in comparison to the tragedy that these 3 families are dealing with today. So out of respect to them, we will not be providing any information.
So what you know so far, they was college graduates. So well, not college, high school graduates. They first year of college. So the age range was anywhere between 19 and 20. And like I said, they was all good friends. These wasn't like no bad kids or nothing like that. This is like a little tragic situation that happened. Who knows the whole story behind it at this point? It's too early to know. Now, this video is at the time of recording. Today is like 11/29/2024. This was a few days back before then, but it's a lot of information that hasn't been released yet. They, motor department and safety, if I said it wrong, sorry, have not did the investigation full yet, but they looking into it. So they trying to get like ring camera video, any CCTV, any video they can get. Try to figure it out. Then it's electric car. Hopefully, if it didn't burn too much, it got basically like a little digital black box in it, so they could know like how fast she was going, the braking, and try to figure out what's actually led up to this. But it's a tragic accident that happened before the holidays. I mean, even if it's your family or not, even if you're not a fan of Cybertrucks, that's a bad situation. It's one of them freak accidents that's life changing for many people, not just their families, people that knew them, close friends, in-laws, everything, all the way across the board. And even so, Tesla, if this might be the case that like, okay, it already had recall, so if it's no fault, the family might go after Mr. Musk, Elon. It might go with like some lawsuits, like, hey, this is this, that, and that, And the crazy part, I was wondering, like, because the car seemed like it hit pretty good, and with the cyber so there's no motor in the front, so crashing them was like, it's like really no protection from like the motor, because like cars used to have motors, and the motor wasn't necessarily going to go through the firewall, so you got like that hollow space in the front. Now they say they reinforce it with like space grade steel and aluminum, but I don't think it's like the best, like hollowed out aluminum. I don't know, but it just shatters once it get hit at a decent amount of speed. And if the average person that's driving, maybe, I don't know what the speed limit on the street should have been, 25, 35, somewhere around there. Let's say they was doing 70. But I think this is just my opinion. I mean, if I'm wrong, say something in the comments. But I think anywhere you go, if you driving a car 70 miles an hour, shouldn't be a speed where you get killed. It just shouldn't happen. That's really average speed. Some places speed limit 80 on the freeway. So you're telling me if I crash my car at that speed, or if I crash it at 50 miles an hour, that's deadly? Wow, something to think about. But anyhow, if you want to watch it, like I said, you can find this up. This is from the Piedmont Police Department. Let me let some more play through.
Was there any indication that alcohol or drugs played a factor? Were there any open containers or anything in the car?
In incidents like this, all factors are investigated. So that is certainly an area that will be under investigation. And obviously, we're very fresh and new in this stage of the investigation. So I don't have any conclusive information along those lines.
And we also know this Cybertruck has been recalled multiple times this year. Is there any reason to believe that the truck played a role in this?
Again, we're very new into this investigation. The California Highway Patrol, us, Piedmont Fire Department. So there's no indication that there were mechanical effects that were the primary cause for the collision. All that is still very much under investigation at this point.
Lastly, I understand that speed is a factor in most collisions, if not all. Was it a factor in this one?
It's safe to say that speed was a factor. Now, are there other factors associated? That is certainly possible, but speed is likely a contributing factor in this collision.
Sorry, Chief, how are you handling this and your officers? Because obviously you're the one who has to remember that everybody here is human. So how is everybody handling this, yourself included?
You know, I really want to keep the focus on the victims and the families that have lost their loved ones. I will tell you that, you know, our women and men who responded to this call did everything they could. And it's devastating. But again, the devastation pales in comparison to what these families are dealing with this morning, the day before.